So let's begin with your name and what you've been working on.
My name is Santana Dempsey, and I'm an actress and working on a new project. Actually, we finished it, but it's called Lowlife.
And it's doing business at the film festivals right now, right?
Yeah, we actually had our we have our USA premiere on November 4th in Chicago at a festival called Cinepocalypse, at the Music Box Theater, which is a really cool theater that does like a lot of older films. And we had our Canadian Film Festival, which we're making all the festival rounds right now in Canada and in Europe.
Terrific. And how's the reception been?
Amazing. Like, actually better than I ever thought. We keep getting compared to Pulp Fiction, or any kind of Quentin Tarantino film, but Pulp Fiction specifically. And it's really cool because, well, first off, Quentin Tarantino I think is a badass, and to be compared to someone who's done so much great work, especially in the genre world, is pretty spectacular.
I've seen the movie and I saw both Tarantino and kind of Steven Soderbergh approach to all these different plots interacting and going apart. I thought that was a pretty interesting attempt. It's hard work.
A lot, yeah, especially to keep all the storylines lucid.
Mm-hmm. Good word.
But then how do they also come together and all these people end up knowing each other? And I think for a first-time filmmaker with their first feature, which is our team, Ryan Prowse, who's the director, is a pretty big feat, and I think that he actually did it.
Okay. And anyone seeing this movie, the role you play is a young pregnant woman who's kind of in the middle of everything and all this. Have a hard time recognizing this you to that you. That was a pretty amazing transformation.
Thanks. It was actually wild filming it because, like you said, my character, she's 8 months pregnant. She's also a bit of a heroin addict. So for them to do that was hard because, well, I don't think that I look like a heroin addict, first off, but second off, they had to put so much makeup on me to make me look really messed up. Let alone I had to wear this bodysuit that had a huge pregnant belly, so it was hard. It was hard to see myself in the mirror. It was hard to walk past the mirror on set. I think sometimes in Hollywood, women, we're portrayed to try to be so perfect and beautiful and these sex symbols, and my character is not like that at all, nor is the other lead, Nicki Micheaux. We both were just women struggling with our circumstances, and I really was proud of the directors for just showing this woman and not having us at all have any kind of sexual anything. It was pretty cool.
And what I thought was interesting too is that you're right, the two of you and Nicki both play women in dire straits, but both very strong, who take control of their lives in spite of everything. Characters that under normal circumstances might be seen strictly as victims, almost literally in your case, but in both cases managed to fight back unexpectedly and successfully. So I thought that was pretty interesting.
I love that. I feel like because the movie is pretty heavily male, it's written by 5 men, directed by a male. Our producer, we have 1 female and then the rest are men, and then Nicki and I are the only 2 really female leads. Mm-hmm. We're both women of color, which I find to be pretty badass. But also, I thought that the directors did a great job. Like you just said, I didn't play a victim. Even though my character, I mean, by her circumstance, is a victim. I mean, she was kind of sold into sex trafficking, she's been abused, she's on drugs, and now she's pregnant. Mm-hmm. But she does fight, and I think that she finds the strength within herself to keep surviving. And I like that they allowed me to go there, and that they didn't, make me this weak little woman that needed a man to take care of me.
Which would have been an easy thing to do in this movie.
Yeah.
In the starting place for the plot for both you and Nicki. It would have been easy to have you just be victims at character points, or plot points rather, in this thing. How did you get involved in this project to begin with?
So it's kind of random, but my first year here, I actually went to see a short film that Raul Castillo is in. And Ryan Prowse was the director. It was called Narco Corrido. And so I went to see that, and it was really great. And I think I just introduced myself to Ryan. Maybe 2 years later, Ryan calls me in to do this I think it was, I don't know if it's a TV show or like a digital series called Boomerang. I was up for one of the lead women. I didn't get it, but they remembered me. So when Lowlife came around, they were like, we want a mixed race woman. We want someone who's, you know, kind of funny but can also play straight. And they thought of me. So I know they interviewed quite a few other women, but from what I know and I think, you know, they had me in mind, as they did Nicki, because Nicki also worked on their first short film. So yeah, it's so funny how you plant seeds, you forget that you plant them, and they actually do, if you keep watering them, that whole, like, you know, analogy, they do sometimes come to fruition.
Now, how long was the shoot?
About 25 days.
And where was it shot?
All over Los Angeles, but a lot in like the Hollywood, like East Hollywood area, Boyle Heights. We really went to some in downtown, some cool places.
Terrific. And so now it's been on the circuit for a while. And
Yeah, for about 3 months now.
And what comes next for that?
So like I said, so I think we have a couple more festivals, and like I said, we're making our USA premiere in a couple of weeks in Chicago, and I found out we just got distribution.
Oh, terrific.
Yeah, I don't know whom has done that, but it's someone that I know the team said they're very, very pleased with. So the minute that I know that, I'll let you guys know.
Terrific.
Yeah,
Good.
It's pretty impressive.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
congratulations. I think
Thank
this is a
you.
terrific opportunity for you and for brand new filmmakers.
Yeah.
Yeah. Are there any more festivals coming up that you know of, or was that
No, they're back in Canada right now. We were just at, I think they're in Edmonton right now. And then, I don't know if we have another one. We've done so many that I actually can't quite keep up, which is a cool thing, actually. And one thing I wanted to add is, I don't think we realized, I don't think the producers and directors or even the cast realized the amount of love we'd received from doing this film. Like, it's becoming a bit of a cult classic, and we have people, I mean, in line hours before our movie, sold out, around the block kind of thing. Almost at every single festival we've been sold out. We just had our first fan art that I saw on Instagram where they drew 5 of the main characters. I'll have to show it to you afterwards. And they've got my character being pregnant, and it just feels really great to be a part of something that was so low budget. Everyone was kind of doing it, you know, guerrilla style, and it's been received so well.
And do you think it's because of the movie, or is it really because of El Monstro?
I was wondering if you're going to mention El Monstro.
I loved El Monstro.
Everyone loves him, or they love, why am I blanking on his name? They love, Swastika Man, and I can't even remember his name. Randy. Is that his name in it?
It doesn't matter.
It doesn't even matter.
Swastika Man.
Yeah, Swastika
like,
Man. Yeah, I think he I mean, I wish I would have, like, stolen the movie, which, you know, maybe I do in little parts, but I think that he really does. But yeah, it's been interesting to see people wearing masks. They, like, will become a luchador, and they will arrive to our festival as a luchador, which is just like, who does that?
Yeah, well, other than your movie, which I thought was, I mean, I like many things about it, but by far that was the most remarkable thing, was to not just make him a comic character, you know, a comic relief thing at all, but actually, and to, you know, for him to proceed to the story with a kind of dignity that almost none of the other characters have, was really pretty amazing. So yeah, a very
and also, don't forget,
character.
he's acting. I mean, no, we're talking about, but he's acting the entire movie with a mask on.
Yes, we never see his face.
You cannot see his face. Therefore, he has to either emote or not emote. You know, and I think he kind of chose to do little, which does so much. If that makes any sense.
It does.
At all.
I mean, he does a lot with his voice, a lot with his body, and you're right. He's in a complete form-fitting mask. You have no idea. I wouldn't know this guy if I met him on the street, except as a monster.
Yeah. It's. I don't know how he did it. Even acting opposite him sometimes would be hard because we had a couple emotional scenes. Mm-hmm. I can only see his eyes and his lips, and he plays my husband, for the people that don't know. And in it was like, okay, how do I go there with someone that I can't really see?
Mm-hmm. And at least he didn't bash your head in, which he had a tendency to do.
He did have a tendency to bash people's head, and I was afraid he would do that a couple times.
Yeah, no kidding. So was I.
So I did, but you know, I know my husband. I know how to handle him, put him in his place, and
seem to be the only one.
Move along.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, thanks very much, Santana. It's great.
Yeah,
Good luck with this.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Okay.